Talk to us about any experiences you have with builders.
I've had an experience where the builder, we told them this is what we wanted, and they put the wrong thing.
Were you talking about my house?
No.
I know you were, because that happened. That definitely happened.
Hello, welcome to Conversations at the Closing Table, where we talk all things real estate. My name is Alana Miles, and I am the partner/founder of Miles Law LLC, a real estate law firm. Today, we have with us the lovely Teikesha Hubert, who is an agent, and one of my former clients, Charlotte. And today, we are talking new construction.
Yes.
Exciting. Charlotte recently closed on a property, a new construction property, and Teikesha was her agent. But before we get there, I want to ask you, Teikesha, tell us, because in the real estate industry, you're known as the new construction queen. So talk to us a little bit about how that came about and how you got that name.
So the new construction queen, Alana actually gave me that name.
Who, me?
Yes, you. So I started doing a lot of new construction during COVID. Because the competition was so fierce in terms of multiple offer situation. And a lot of clients was like, oh, I want it more updated. I want it prettier. So I was like, well, we could do new construction. And I feel like a lot of people, at least agents in Jersey, don't focus on new construction. And it's a great opportunity. So that's why I started doing a lot of new construction.
Okay, talk to us about the pros and cons of new construction. What's the difference between having a client and servicing them in a new construction transaction versus an existing structure? I guess we can talk a little bit about competition, how you have formed your relationships, how you get your client's offer accepted, etc., and the knowledge that you need to be able to guide your client through that.
So I think as an agent for new construction, you have to be patient, but you also have to stress that to your client. Patience is the number one important thing, because the builders will tell you, hey, we're going to get done in July, and then you come to October and my house is still not ready. So
yes. Oh my God.
And I think one of the biggest pros is they get to customize it, and they're getting a brand new home. No one's ever lived in it. It comes with a 10-year homeowner warranty, and you have all the bells and whistles, right? The con is it takes longer. You may have construction delays, which happened a lot during COVID. I think we had one client that their roof couldn't get delivered, and it was nowhere in the US or Canada in South Jersey, and they had to wait like 4 months. And she had to move in a temporary situation to put the kids in school. So you have that. Another con is interest rates keep rising, right? So you can't lock your rate when you get into construction, because the rate lock is only good for 60 days.
Oh, that's a good point.
So with homes, you're like, your price is set, which is great. But with the rates going up, your mortgage payment changes, and then that becomes also a problem. So, yeah.
Nice. Charlotte, so one thing she mentioned was patience, and you started laughing.
Yes.
So talk to us a bit about patience, especially as a buyer getting a new construction property.
So getting a new construction property, I definitely had to learn patience because I have zero patience. And
that's okay.
Yes, but throughout the process, like I said, I really had to learn because, like Teikesha said, there's construction delays. There is sometimes if I wanted like a specific color cabinet, they wouldn't have that cabinet. Or if I wanted a specific faucet, they wouldn't have that faucet. And I'd be like, seriously, like, come on now, I'm trying to close on this house. It's crunch time here. So definitely had to take some breathers and, just be like, okay, relax. Everything is going to be, taken care of. But patience is definitely a virtue when it comes to new construction. Yeah, definitely one.
Nice. And speaking of the bells and whistles in your property, talk to us about your experience really like building your home and how that was. Obviously you had the support of your agent, but talk to us about that process and what it was like, picking out all your selections for the house.
Right. So picking out all my selections, I don't even want to say it was a difficult process because I'm very indecisive.
She said yes.
I'm extremely indecisive, so it kind of was a little bit difficult for me. So thank goodness I had Teikesha there because she'd be like, okay, you said you wanted modern, so why are you looking at this? And I'd be like, oh yeah, that is true. And she would kind of help me out.
Bring it together.
Bring it together, please.
And Teikesha, as an agent, reeling the client all together, especially when they're choosing their decorative selections, what happens if your client chooses something that they then decide they don't want? Talk to us about any experiences you have with builders. It sounds like you have some experiences here.
Before we leave wherever the selection is, we bring all the selections, we confirm. Like I triple check, double check to make sure they're right. Because once I send that email or once the builder put it in their system, there's no going back. Because they're going to order it and they're going to start laying it. So I've had an experience where the builder, we told them this is what we wanted and they put the wrong thing. But because I do a lot of new construction check-ins, because I'm boots on the ground, like this is my full-time job. The clients, they have their other jobs. So I'll go and take pictures, send videos, and I caught it early and he had to change it. But because I had the documentation with the pictures saying this is what we selected, they have to change it at no additional cost. But if it's the other way around where they put something and then the client sees it and they don't like it, if they have to switch it out, the clients will have to pay something. Yeah.
Were you talking about my house?
No.
I know you were because that happened. That definitely happened.
That happened to one. And it happens quite more common. And that's why I do the check-ins. Because when these builders have multiple projects at once, they tend to mix up, even no matter how detailed the email is, they tend to mix up what goes into one. But yes, that did happen to Charlotte House. They thought, because they were doing two at the same time, and they were so similar in terms of the kitchens. And we didn't know that until closing and they thought that me and Jamila spoke up to our clients and tell them to pick the white and the blue, but we didn't.
I do remember that transaction because I represented both.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
So they mixed up what was supposed to be each of their houses at one point. In the vanity, and we was like, that's not what she wanted.
Yeah, definitely. I walked in, I'm like, this is not supposed to be here.
Did they fix it?
They did.
Yeah,
Okay.
they did. Yeah,
That's good.
It was brought to their attention very early on, so it's just like, yeah, this is not supposed to be here, or this stove is stainless steel and it's not supposed to be stainless steel. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I think as an agent, you have to be on it. You can't just say, oh, I got them on a contract with new construction and then I don't see you until the closing table. Like, I think it involves more involvement on the agent side. You have to be very detail oriented. You have to be on top of the builder, but also checking in with the client so they know that there's progress. Or if there's no progress, why there's no progress. Explain to them, well, the faucet you pick is on back order. Do you want to pick another one? Or the appliance. So I think in Charlotte's case, she wanted slate, not stainless steel, because she had gold accents. They got slate for everything but one, and she was like, that don't match, and I'm paying my money. Like, I'm gonna need you to change that.
Exactly.
And did they change it?
They did change it. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So I think as an agent, you have to be boots on the ground, checking in. Even if you can't physically go there, talk to the on-site agent if it's a community. They can send you pictures. They can send you videos. So just I think communication, being hands-on works the best with new construction, because if you catch something early, it's easier to fix. You never want it to be like, I'm at the closing table and my client paid all this. Yeah, like, because with new construction, you pay a premium.
Yeah.
So if I'm paying a premium, I want premium service. Like, you got to give them premium service. So if they say, hey, it's all slate, and I might close it and be like, oh, but just sign. No, there's no just sign. Like, I want what I want, and I'm going to need you to get it.
Right.
Nice. And lastly, our firm, we practice real estate law, and every new construction contract is different, right? Talk to us a bit about your experience dealing with new construction contracts. We do a lot of business together, so we kind of have a system as to how we represent our clients. But if you can pick one or two terms in a contract that you see in new construction, what are those two terms that are non-negotiables or that you see in a new construction contract that you typically don't see in a standard real estate of sale contract?
So in an existing property, you have those appraisal and there's a contingency. In new construction, they don't care what it appraised for, especially when you have all these design selections and you're adding all these upgrades.
Mhm.
So technically, if the house didn't have all these upgrades, it would appraise.
Right.
But you added like, I've seen clients add 60,000, 80,000, and then we always have to reel them back because at the end of the day, not just it affects your appraisal, it also affects your taxes. Because when you do construction, your
Great
taxes are based on the purchase price.
Mhm.
So a lot of things you can add after the fact. So we always have to remind them of that. But the builders don't care what it appraised for because you're adding all your selections on it.
Mhm.
So you're gonna have to pay it regardless. So I think that's a big thing. It's a hard pill for people to swallow.
Mhm.
But when you explain to them, it's like, if you don't add all of these, it would appraise. But thank God with new construction, I don't know what these builders or these appraisers be doing, but it be appraising. It be appraising.
They make it happen time and time again. And
Time-
I'm like, how?
I don't know. I
How
don't get it.
how didn't this appraise? But how did this? Like, I don't get it.
It never fails. Like, they
We don't
make it
question
work. We don't make it
Don't
question
ask
it.
any questions.
So I think that's a big one. And another one is the time. So in a regular standard contract, you have your closing date. Usually you meet it, give or take a week. With new construction, there's language that if there's any delays and it's not a cost to the builder, they can't be penalized. So I literally have one client, we've been on the contract for a year, we're getting close to their rate lock, and she wanted to give a time of the essence. And we're like, if you do that, that's beneficial to the builder because they can put it back on the market for $50,000 more and it won't be a problem. So I think those two big things, the appraisal and the timing, we don't have that. Those don't exist in new construction. You just gotta be able to accept that and explain that to the client. And I think you being the attorney, with both of us double teaming, that they understand it and they get the full picture that they're protected, and they just gotta wait.
And I think that goes back to the patience you were talking about, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it definitely does because, you helped me with my process as well. And Lord knows we went through however many contracts. I was like,
Don't be like her, guys.
I'm like,
Don't do
Alana
what
is
she
going to
did.
drop me. She's going to be like, you know what? Next.
We were. And we were. But I told her.
Oh my God.
We were what? The third house that she closed on was the third new construction.
We were like, this is it.
And I told her, I said, Charlotte, this is
You
your
better
third one.
Make sure, because after this is it. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So thank goodness everything went fine because I was like, oh, no, they're going to drop me for real.
But the good thing is that you also had reasons. It wasn't
Right.
like you were just like, I don't want the house no more. It was like the situations changed.
Yeah.
Then it was, the wetlands. And coming from where we come from in Queens, wetlands we get it. Like,
Yeah.
So
She's trying to have me living in the swamps.
it wasn't me. She
The
was
swamp. She's
swamp.
trying to have me living in the swamp.
And
So
it was wetlands border.
swamps.
So that's why. So those two. But the third one, I was like, girl, this has everything you want and more. The location is ideal. That 2.5% interest rate was hidden. So I'm going to just need you to figure it out.
Yes. So thank you guys for being so patient with me.
It was our pleasure.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yes, well, that is it. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure having you guys. And thanks again for watching Conversations at the Closing Table. See you again soon.